guys, it is MissSimReno. If you are returning to the channel, welcome back. And if you are brand new, I am very excited that you decided to join me here today for another speed build. So we are in Willow Creek, and today we are actually making a house specifically for the infamous Pancakes family. So if you are unfamiliar with the Pancakes family, it consists of Eliza Pancakes and her husband Bob, who is described as the least interesting sim in the world. And actually in the Toddler update, which happened maybe a year or two ago at this point, they do have a toddler, a son named Iggy, and he is a charming toddler. So this family is very unique. They're very well known in the kind of Sims 4 fandom, if that's what you could call it. They are very well known in the community because it's a little odd. So their original house, it looked as though Eliza and Bob had separate bedrooms, and they don't seem to have the best marriage. It seems to be a little rocky. Their personality traits actually clash a lot. I think Bob is supposed to be, I think he's a slob and he's kind of lazy, but he wants to be a master chef. Like, that's his aspiration. And Eliza wants really nice things. So her aspiration is the mansion baron or something like that. So she wants a huge, like, fabulously wealthy house and a lavish lifestyle. But she's unemployed when you load up the game, and I think Bob is too, so it is a little weird. I mean, granted, it seemed to be a thing when The Sims 4 launched in the base game, so a lot of these characters had backstories, a lot of the townies that were pre-made for the launch of the game, but when you actually get in for gameplay, nothing's there. Like, they either don't have any skills or they don't have a job at all, and their relationships are all very standard. Even though it seems like Bob and Eliza have kind of a rocky marriage, they actually start off in a place where I think they're still considered sweethearts and they have a romantic relationship. So it's a little weird. And for my save file, which I will actually openly talk about at this point, surprise, just dumping it on you, I am creating a save file, and for my save file, I am going to adjust all relationships and skills and jobs to reflect the actual Sims. So I want to make that very clear. If you actually do download the save file, the Pancakes will be part of it, and they will have jobs, they will have skills that reflect their personality traits and their storyline, and Iggy will just be, because he's a precious, charming little toddler. So, but anyway, this house is specifically for them. So I was thinking of Eliza as I made it because she wants this lavish, beautiful home, and she really seemed to favor the color pink. So her bedroom in the original home was all pink. And that was pretty much it. Like, it looked as though the home was trying to be fancy, but there was a lot of empty space. It wasn't really filled. And considering that they didn't have any jobs when you first load them up, I guess it makes sense. But I wanted to give Eliza Pancakes the house she deserves, or thinks she deserves, or that I think she deserves, whatever. I wanted to give her a beautiful home because I like Eliza. I don't know. I've got mixed feelings maybe, but I really like Bob and I like their story, and it's one that you could really play around with if you're first launching up the game. So I don't know. I have a soft spot for the Pancakes family all in all. And since they had Iggy when he was introduced, I mean, I think the bio even says, like, he came along and brings, like, some joy to a rocky marriage or something like that. So it's kind of fun, kind of weird, I don't know. But I thought it would be really nice to give them this beautiful, beautiful home. So since there was a lot of pink in Eliza's room, that is pretty much the accent color that I use on the outside for a lot of the shrubs and whatnot, but the inside is super pink. So basically this home was designed for Eliza. So I was picturing that she went ahead and purchased it, she brought in an interior designer, and she had everything exactly the way that she wanted it, and Bob just kind of exists. And even though they had separate bedrooms in the original home, this makes me feel bad. This is what I mean. I love Bob Pancakes, so this kind of makes me feel bad. But there is a bedroom, of course, in here for the Pancakes. The couple, I should say. Iggy has his own room. This is already a mess. And I designed it specifically for Eliza. And I was kind of picturing that Bob slept on the couch. I don't know. It seems kind of mean, but that's what I was thinking. I was thinking he spends most nights on the couch, and that bedroom is all Eliza. He feels kind of out of place in the home altogether, except for when he's in the kitchen. So that was kind of my thought process, because he actually starts off, I think I lied. He does start off with some skills. He starts off with, I think, a little bit in mixology and a little bit in cooking. And Eliza starts off with a little bit in fitness, which is weird. I don't really get it, but it's fine. So I do actually put a bar out here on the gazebo, which I will fully decorate near the end of the build, which isn't that lavish. I mean, none of my other homes have had a gazebo, so that is definitely up Eliza Pancakes' alley. But yeah, I feel like Bob is just really at home in the kitchen, and the rest of the house is Eliza's. She designed it. She went ahead and, picked out all the decor. It is her color scheme and everything. And Bob is just like, well, I'm here. So yeah, beautiful home. Thank you. Like, that's what I picture. So when we get inside, you will definitely see what I'm talking about, but now I'm just wrapping up the landscaping, and I loved using the ivy on this home. So I don't usually use that ivy unless I am in Selva Dorada or even in Oasis Springs, because I feel like that's a great place to use it, but I thought it was absolutely breathtaking against the white siding, because it really, really pops. And typically I don't use that color one. I think I've used the purple one mostly. I think the purple or the white, but I thought it was perfect for this build, and now I'm already inside working out the floor plan. So it is a 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom home, because Iggy has his own room, and then I'll just say Eliza has her own room, and Bob kind of sort of gets the couch or stays on the bed when Eliza's not around. I don't know, maybe when she's at work, because I do give both of them jobs. So I'm gonna be straightforward with that. They both have jobs. They're both out of the house, and they're just trying to work on their marriage to keep Iggy happy. God, that is such a sad story. That makes me so sad, but their home is beautiful, so maybe that's some kind of resolution. But here is the pink. So Iggy's room is blue, but the rest of the house is pink with white accents. Pink everywhere. I tossed a stacked washer and dryer in this little nook here because it was kind of awkward working out the floor plan, and I thought that this was a nice way to use that space. And then I move on to kind of this little front entryway. So as I place items here, I was, like I said, really picturing Eliza. Like, this was her thing. She handpicked everything. So I do go ahead and I get some flowers out here, and then I toss this book here. I was thinking it was like a guest book, and these were little perfumes and a pristine family photo. Like, she's putting on a front, like, yes, look at my home, look at how wonderful we are, look at how wonderful of a host I am if you're entering my home. Yes, my sweet husband Bob. He is just so wonderful. He tries. Like, that's the kind of attitude I'm picturing for Eliza, and I really wanted that to come out in the small details that I chose for this home as well. So now I'm working on the living room, and it is a very open floor plan. So the living room and the dining and the kitchen are not separated by any actual walls. It's all just this big open space because of how I had to work out the floor plan and make sure that each member of the family, well, mom and dad and Iggy had their own separate bedrooms. And here we are with this, in my opinion, very gaudy pink furniture. Like, so gaudy. And like I said, she's trying to be upscale. So she has like these high fashion magazines. Thank you, Moschino stuff back. And the furniture looks older. Like, she was trying to get really nice furniture, but she could only afford to get kind of used, beat up, nicer furniture. So it's older and it's a little bit more run down, but she's really, really trying to basically show off what she has and what she's earned, or what Bob has given her. I don't think that she thinks that Bob has really given her anything. Maybe aside from Iggy. I haven't really worked out what I want her relationship with Iggy to be either. I'm thinking, even though Bob is kind of a lazy, gloomy sim, I feel like he absolutely adores Iggy and he is very hands-on with him, whereas Eliza just likes the show of being a mom. Does that make sense? Like, she does love Iggy. I'm not saying she doesn't love her son, but I'm thinking that she really just shows him off as another one of her achievements, which I suppose there's nothing wrong with, but she hasn't really earned anything. So I feel like his outfits are always perfect. She wants him to be this well-behaved little angel. And I mean, he is a charmer, so I guess he's kind of living up to it. But anyway, that's my kind of thought. And the kitchen's already pretty much together, though I do clutter it up here soon. And now I'm getting these very fancy dining chairs for the very small dining table. So you would think someone like Eliza would have like this grand dining room where she could entertain. but she couldn't quite afford it. And here I'm trying to use the Bob Pancakes movie poster. I thought it would be kind of funny as Eliza trying so hard to put her husband on a pedestal, like trying to make his most boring achievement be something great. But I thought it was a little too ironic. It didn't really fit for, like actual gameplay in my mind. I didn't end up keeping it. So if you want to add it back in, please feel free. But yeah, I didn't go for it. I just put a shelf up here with some other clutter items and some artwork, just so that wall wasn't completely empty. And again, I'm always using that red shelf. I'll mention it because I haven't mentioned it in a while, but it is a custom content item. It never stays in my builds. I just use it because it allows you to raise objects to whatever level you'd like them to be at. So when you're working with like a shelf or a surface that items don't clip to or don't snap to, it's absolutely wonderful. It's a godsend because it allows you to clutter things really, really nicely. And here I pulled out the picture of Lemonade, like that summer picture, and I put it on the coffee table just in case someone comes over and they entertain. And of course, those fresh baked goodies. So I was thinking that they were super stale and that they've been in there for months, because Eliza made them or tried to make them, and she's not that good of a baker, but she was so proud of herself that she ended up just putting them out, and now they're just there as a staple of the house if they do have any guests over. I feel like she's very superficial, but deep down, she just wants to be loved and accepted and be rich. I mean, I guess there's nothing wrong with that, but yeah. So then I pull out 2 bar stools here as well, because if they want to casually eat at the countertop, they can. And now I'm just decorating the kitchen a little bit more, and now I go ahead and select a rug for kind of this little hallway area, and I toss a bookcase on the wall as well. I was thinking of using the new Moschino one, but it jutted too far out from the wall, and a lot of bookcases do that, so I went with my handy dandy thin bookcase over here, and I added a hamper there with some clothes on the floor, because like I said, I was thinking Bob sleeps on the couch, so maybe he just tosses his clothes in that hamper near the washer and dryer instead of in a hamper like in the bathroom or in the bedroom. Something like that. And the master bedroom is rather small, but I was able to get all the objects in there that I wanted to, make it a fully furnished bedroom, and it is accessible. I did playtest this. I had the Pancakes family in there. You'll actually see them in a screenshot at the end of this video. But I did playtest it, so everything works. They can get to the dresser that I end up placing, and they can get to both sides of the bed, no problem. And since it was basically Eliza's bedroom, I did decorate it specifically for her. You won't see any men's cologne or body essentials on top of the dresser. You'll see perfumes and nail polish, and that's it. It's the small details. Like, I had so much fun picking out these small details for the sake of this family in this build, because they are just so notorious in the Sims community. I'm fascinated by them, though I don't play them though, because I don't want to ruin the storyline that I have in my head. Does that make any sense? Like, I don't want them to organically do something that actually kind of just like goes off on a different storyline than what is already written for them. I don't know if that makes any sense. I just like to imagine that they will forever be in the kind of, I don't know, in the situation that they're always in, and that's kind of messed up because it's not a good one. But anyway, we're in the bathroom, super pink, and I do go ahead and make sure that I toss in a toddler potty here because Iggy needs to be potty trained and use his little potty as well. And of course, I'm just adding some other small details like the soap dispenser and the toothbrushes, and then I move on to Iggy's room, and I had so much fun with his room. I thought it came out really cute. I was trying to pick a bed here, and am I the only one that wishes that we could just have like a white frame and then pick the comforter color? It drives me absolutely crazy when I want to use the toddler bed and I want to use the blue comforter to match like blue walls like this, but it's in dark wood, whereas all the other accents that I've chosen for the room are white, and I can't change it. It drives me absolutely insane. So I ended up just giving him the little car bed because I thought it was super cute anyway. And I clutter up the dresser with just a light and a few different sculptures. I'm thinking toys, but they are like sculptures and decorative items. And I thought it was very simple and very clean because I do think that Eliza is a very clean and neat sim because she wants her home to always look perfect. So Iggy's room is like perfectly detailed and perfectly clean and designed, at least in my head for a toddler room, because I feel like toddlers and children can be kind of messy, so it's hard to keep up with that. But I do give him the little toddler bookcase, his own little chair, and a toy chest, and then I just toss a rug on the floor, this little dino toy, and a light. So he does have some place to play in his room and snuggle up on his little chair with some toddler books and hang out. And then I just throw some decorations on the wall as well and hang up a curtain for him to kind of keep the sunlight out. And you will see as well that I will change out all of the overhead lights. I already did it in the rest of the build, but I do change out his light here for the little cloud light because I thought it was so cute. And I do give him the little night light, which I thought was supposed to prevent nightmares, but in the last couple times that I've been playing with toddlers, it does not prevent nightmares. I had a toddler have like 2 or 3 nightmares in a night, and they had that night light. So if anyone could shed some light, get it? If anyone could shed some light on that, that'd be real cool. And now we are outside so I can finish up the gazebo, and I just make it a little seating area, and I do toss the bar out here like I said, so Bob can actually practice his mixology skills. Like that's where he shines if they have guests over. Even though he's gloomy, he will mix drinks all day long and enjoy himself. So he has some small pleasures in his life that is seemingly a little miserable, but that is about it for the build. So I hope you guys like this. I can't wait to hear your thoughts on this, and I will catch you next time I post a video. Thank you guys so much, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.
Don't wanna sleep tonight at all. Just wanna watch them stars fall. With you, don't wanna try to make up dreams just to be seen. I wanna lay here beside you, oh quiet. Fire breath and open sky. It's not what we know, it's where we go. I grow wings and tell her goodbye. Oh, it's not what we see, it's what we choose to be. Sunflowers, high grass and bare feet. Each second is a treat. I keep my balance next to you. It's true. Nowadays there's nothing I wouldn't do for you. Fire breath and open sky. It's not what